easy and simple to use, and also the most comprehensive that you've ever come across. All right, when you log into TV4Education, this should be your out-of-the-box experience where you will get all the videos that are currently on your system. You might have one or two to get you started with, or you might just have one as a test. And when you try and place a video, okay, if you're not already logged in, you're going to be told that you need to be logged in. So the first thing you need to do to be able to use TV4Education is you need to be logged in. And you need to be logged in as an administrator or a librarian. Either will do, but your login must have those credentials. And whatever you do, do not use the LIB login. That is a system support account, okay, to log into the system. So you should be able to log in with your email address or some other identifier that will identify you on your system, like your normal barcode or your admin number or something. Once you log in, and if you've been using the system for a month or 2 months or 6 months, you should then come across all the different videos that are already on what we call the schools collection. Okay? However, before we even get that far and start talking about all the videos that teachers have added to the collection, there are certain fundamentals that need to be set up. So when you log in, and you log in as an administrator or a librarian, first things first, you need to go to the menu, you need to come down to configuration, and you need to go to the authority file editor. Okay? And there's some fundamentals that you need to put in. So go to the audience, okay? That's alphabetical, that's why it says audience. You go there and go down to homeroom. Click on homeroom and then just put in the homeroom name and go plus, and they'll add a homeroom. Put another homeroom name, plus, and add another homeroom. Now, if you don't want reporting on usage based on homeroom, then you just need to have one entry in here. And you can call that entry not applicable and just create one entry. You do not need to have all these homerooms, especially if you're a P-12 school. That's a lot. But you should have just one called student, possibly, and another one called staff, and possibly one called administrator, because you might want to do reports on staff activity, on student activity, and that's about it. So you do need to set up your homerooms, okay? The next one is a little bit more complex. You go in here, and the next one is class grade. That's all your year levels. Very important, and you should set it up. Some people say, why can't I just say student and just have all the students into the one? Well, if you do that and you put a video that is only appropriate for year 12 but not year 11 and below, how are you going to do that if they're all a student? Or you want to have a video that's appropriate for years 10, 11 and 12 but not for 9 and below, how are you going to do that? So you do need to classify your users, and the security level for the users will apply here as well. So first thing you do is put in class grade, okay, click on class grade, and then you'll put in the name of the class. So like 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, so forth, and just go plus, next one plus, next one plus, next one plus. And then the next thing you need to do is for every individual class grade. So if I'm looking at a 7, if I click on the pencil after I've created it, you need a security code. Don't worry about any of these others. They do not apply for TV4Education users. So a year 7 will have a 7, and then you just go save and you close that. A year 8 will have an 8 and you'll go save. A year 12 will have a 12 and you'll go save. But the administrators and library staff should have 999. I'll tell you why in a minute, but just make them 999. Okay, and teachers, we don't want to give teachers, so you shouldn't have staff, you should have teachers, library administrators, and administrators. That's it. So teachers should have 50. Okay, and that's all you need to do to set up your class grades. The last thing that you would need to do is go down here and go down to the video default security. And video default security, I'll show you what it is, and when you look at it, you'll say, oh, that makes sense. These are all the different ratings that programs give their broadcasters give their programs. A G, an M, an MA, a PG, an R, and a CTC. Don't ask me what it is, I wouldn't have a clue, except that some programs are rated CTC. I intend to look it up, I keep forgetting, but you still need to, and if you don't know what something means, you still have to give it a security rating. And if you don't know, if you make it 50, what it means is that any video that has been aired that your teachers select, and if it has a rating of CTC, because you don't know what it is and we don't know what it is, play it safe, give it a 50. That means only teachers can watch it. That's why that security rating comes in important when you're looking at class grade. Remember, a class grade, we said that the rating will parallel their year level. So if it's a G, means it's 0, means everybody can watch it. If it's an M, no, it's not just for teachers. So if it's an M, I really want to change it for the year 10s and above. Okay, so year 10s and above can watch M rated videos. So if they come in, they'll be automatically classified as M. If it's MA, then what it's done is, or if it's PG, let me go, no, PGs are all right for my year 6 and above. Okay, if it's an M, it's a 10 and above. If it's an MA, no, MA, I want it for teachers. And if it's an R rated, then only administrators can make a decision on that, not even the teachers. And that should be a pretty good idea. Okay. Now, what this means now is that whenever a student is added to the system, they'll be given a class grade. So if Jonathan was added, he's a year 12, he's at class grade 12, but class grade security for 12 is year 12. So he'll be able to watch M-rated stuff. If Joshua was in year 9, he'll be given a security 9. He will not be able to watch M-rated stuff. Okay. So that's what that is all about. Okay, now that they're in there, let's go and add a patron and see how we go about adding a patron or checking on a patron's rating. So I go to patron and patron management. When I click on patron management, this is where all my patrons are in here. So it'll come up with however you are logged in. So if you're logged in as Michael, it'll come up with Michael. You're logged in as Joanna, it'll come up with Joanna. In my case, I'm logged in as Lib. Please do not touch the Lib login. Okay, so that's only for the support people here to use to check out what you're doing. Okay, I can go to the next record down here. So that's the next record, next record, next record, next. Okay, and there's all my users in the system. Okay, now let's deal with this particular. No, I don't want that one. Let's find another one. Let's find another one. Brody Price. This is a good one. And let me put in his email. Okay, so if we're looking at a patron's record, what is it telling me? First of all, it's telling me that that's his admin number 999, or that's his library barcode. It really doesn't matter. Or you can even say, look, that's his number. You can give it any number you like. Okay, so he can log in if he knew that number. Okay, but let's say his number is 678. That's his number. So he can log into the system using 678. He can also log in using Brody.price. because I've given him a username. Now, if you don't have usernames, we can create the username by taking the first name, adding a full stop, putting the second name. We can make it the first letters are capitalized, the others are lowercase, or just make them all lowercase and keep it simple with a full stop between that. So he can log in, number one, with his admin number or his username or his email address. So he can log in with any one of those three. And if you created a brand new person, just go change password. He'll have no password, so you'll put password in here, put password again in here, and then go change password. And what that will do is you come here to change password on next login. By default, that's how it looks. So if you're giving him a password called password and make it a policy of having everyone password and go, they have to change their password on next login. So the first time they log in, they'll ask them for password. As soon as they do that, go, oh, this is a new user. Ask them to give themselves a new password, and they'll be prompted, and then that'll be it. And if they forget their password, all you got to do is click change password, come back here and tick on change password on next login and go, Brody, I've changed your password to password. You need to go back in and do it again. And that will do it. Okay. And to change their password, you just go in here and you put in their password. Okay. And then go change password. And that's it. So now that's Brody's new password. And that's all there is to adding a patron. So you can go new, grab him a new one and put him on, put new person on. However, by default, everyone will get the role as a student. But if they're not a student, then you can either give them the role of the administrator, which I don't recommend, or you give them a role of a librarian, or you give them a role of administrator. You can give them two roles, not advised. Okay, librarian's the highest, next one down, administrator's the highest, next one down is librarian. Administrator allows you to change the screen and go and do a lot of look and feely kind of things, whereas the librarian does everything else, whereas the librarian role does everything else except allow you to change some of the global system parameters. So librarian will do 99% of everything an administrator would want to do. Okay, and of course you can give yourself the if a teacher's on the system, you can come down here and give them a role of a teacher. Now, you would not give them my recommendation is don't give them more than one role. It's either a teacher or a student or a librarian or an administrator. And that's all there is to it. Okay? And if you put a teacher on and you put in their email address, give them a role of a teacher, and then click email the login. And they'll get a login letter automatic from the system saying this is your URL, this is your username, your generic password. When you log in, you have to create your own password. It'll do all of that for them automatically. Okay. Now, once you are logged in, then this will be the screen that's presented to all students, which is all the videos that are on the system. Okay. And when a student clicks on a video, and if they say, oh, I'm interested in this. So if they go click on the video, up will the video come. No apps, no plugins, no players, no nothing. The video will just come up and start playing. And of course, they can fast forward the video. Okay. They can go backwards on the video if they want to. They can go big screen on the video. They can turn the volume up, turn the volume down. They can do all those things. Okay, and as if you logged in as a teacher, you can click. Now, let's say you log in as a teacher and this video was a security of 50, which is teachers only. But you want, and so therefore it will not appear on any student screen up here. But you want to make sure that they can log in, they can see it. So you want to give it to your year 12s. Easy. Just click on the share icon and say, I want to share it with my year 12. That's very important. Okay, so share it with year 12. And when do you want the share to expire? You can say, I only want to give them access for a week or up until the 14th of October. Then you can highlight that URL, right click, copy and then paste it in an email or put into a learning management system or as a unit of work, and that's it. And the beauty about using that is we can then give you a report of who clicked on it, when they clicked on it, how often they clicked on it. So when you're marking the papers and you discover, oh, Michael's fared really badly, you call him in and you say, Michael, what on earth happened? You were one of my best students, but you got a 0 in this. He said, yeah, I don't know. I watched the video, but I didn't get anything out of it. You can look at the report, and if Michael's name's not on that video, on that report, he never ever watched that video. That's for sure. Nice thing to have for parent-teachers night. When parents come and say, you don't set work, you can say, yeah, we do. I've sent him so much work, but he hasn't participated in any of it. And why wait till parent-teachers night? If he's not participating, why not address it immediately? Okay, so that's what the share icon does. Okay, now, let's say for argument's sake, I'm looking at this video and I'm a student and I am having to write an essay on this. But the problem is I want to watch this essay a lot and I want to play it back, and then I want to edit this essay, and I want to be able to cut a particular section of it and upload it as part of my argument in my assignment. Every teacher and every student can do this. They can click on the I for information and go down to where it says URL, and you've got a download button. Click on that download button and it'll come up and say, where do you want me to save it? And just nominate wherever you want to save it. Say, I want to save it on the C drive, and in my junk folder I'm going to put it there, and just go save. And that's it, and it'll start saving it there for you. So a student can get a local copy of it. Why not a teacher getting a local copy? Because they've shoved you off into a portable in the back paddock somewhere and you've got no internet. So why don't you just click on that, download the video onto your laptop, and then when you go into your classroom, why don't you then just play it from your local downloaded copy instead of having to log onto the internet where the connection is dodgy? Okay, so that's what you can do with the system. There's a heck of a lot more you can do, but this is just an introduction. So we are not going to deal with a lot of information of all the different things you can do, including how you can click on the menu, go into Smart Classrooms as a teacher, go create a lesson, and then go and build a lesson out of a video or just a snippet out of the video. Have a look at it. You'll be amazed what you can do with that module, or look at the advanced TV4Education system. Okay, so we're in the schools collection where all the videos are, and if you have been adding videos to the collection, so if you've got 100 teachers and they're all adding 10 videos a week, there will be thousands and thousands of videos. And what's happening, and you can scroll down and it just loads the next page and the next page and the next page. You can be here forever. And if you added a video, it'll appear up here. But if someone else adds a video, it'll shuffle yours down and make it the first one. And if someone else added another video, it'll shuffle it down again, and then you'll be the next one. So that's the latest, that's the second latest, the third latest, and so forth. So eventually you'll get to the bottom, which is the oldest video that was ever added. Okay, but if you say, so how do I find my videos? Whether you're a student or a teacher, very simple. If you've used videos or added videos, click on My Items up the top. Will bring up, as it says, your items. These are all the videos you have either looked at or added to the collection. And we group it into YouTube videos, into lessons, into TV4Education videos, and these are all your videos. Okay? And if you don't want something on here, just click the bin, and that gets rid of it out of your collection. Get the bin, get rid of it out of your collection. Get the bin, get rid of it out of the collection. Get rid of it out of the collection. So you can download or delete as many items as you can out of the My Items. You'll never delete them from the school's collection, because we want to make sure we preserve anything that's added for everybody else in the school. You have no storage limitations, so our recommendation is go ahead and use it and build your content. How do you build it? The TV4Education button. You go here And this will open up a whole new world for teachers only. Okay, only teachers have access to this. So we've grouped them into recently added. The reason why we do that is because we add anywhere from 250 to 350 and more sometimes to the collection based on what you request. So recently added, learning tube, documentaries, movies, curated, lessons. Okay, so go ahead and scroll and have a look. Just put it there and it'll scroll. And if you reckon, oh, I want that, just click on it and the video will play and you can watch it. The synopsis comes up for a few seconds, disappears, and the video will play. And you can go fast forward. And if you wanted that video, just click the star. This resource has now been added not just to your school's collection, but to your My Items as well. Okay, so you can go to this one and you can go add. Okay, you can go into, let's exit out of here. You can go into here, TED lessons, and you can go add, and that's added to the school's collection. And you can, let's exit out of here, and you can go to this one and you can go add. Okay, or you can say, if you've got 160,000, do I have to scroll and look at each one? No, you don't. Just search science. Okay, and don't be fooled by this screen with these white gaps. Just scroll the screen, load the next page and the next page and the next page and the next page, and you can be here probably till the weekend, 4 or 5 days down the track, and just keep adding material to the school's collection. That's what's amazing about TV4Education. You can just add to your heart's content, and doesn't matter if you think you might need it, but I don't want to fill it up. Our attitude is fill it up. Fill it up. If you think you're going to use it, add it, because there are no quotas for you or your student or your school. Add as much as you want on the system. Okay, but you could turn around and say, you know what, this particular item of science is too broad, so you can go science, biology, or whatever other terms you want, or you can click on the subject search. When you go to subject search, you can, okay, I want to have a look at STEM. Click on STEM. Oh, they got aviation. Click on aviation, and there comes all the aviation videos. And you can click that, you can add.
The following program is classified
Okay.
PG. Parental guidance.
And you can go ahead and add,
The following program
add,
is classified PG.
and
Parental guidance is
you can say,
recommended for persons
yeah, all that's very well and good,
flying saucers and
except I am into, okay, I'm into, whoops, aviation, but I am a YouTube person, so click on YouTube, okay, and then download anything you like from YouTube. Now, by the way, download was not a correct word, because when you click on YouTube and the YouTube video comes up here, if you want to add that to the school's collection, you just press the star and it'll say it's added to the school's collection. And that's all there is to it. That's how you add videos to the school's collection from YouTube, believe it or not. Okay, we do not breach YouTube or Google's copyright or the intellectual property of the person who did all the hard work and build that particular video. We just put a link in the system to it, because we want to make sure that we teach you to respect copyright. Okay, unlike our competitors, if you read their fine print, their copyright message says you're responsible for the copyright. So if you get videos from our collection that someone has requested, and and someone says, oh, has anyone got Gone with the Wind? They go, yes, I have. And they'll say, I've got on DVD, I'll burn a copy. I've got on VHS, I'll burn a copy and upload it for you. Pirate and illegal. We don't work like that. Okay, we guarantee the authenticity of everything that's added, And not only that, but we will make sure we keep your school legal. Now let's say you come along and you want this particular video. I'm deliberately putting in nonsense here, but let's say it was a legitimate term you put in. I want a particular outcome, and the outcome I want is no items found. So if you go along and you hit the search bar on the system, okay, so let's go back into TV4Education, and you get no results found. We are the only company that guarantees every teacher, and it doesn't matter what legitimate material you want to be able to teach. All you have to do is click on My Requests and make a request of us, of our research department, our amazing, hardworking researchers. Topic request, put the year group. I'm after this thing for year 9s, and this is my national curriculum code. And by the way, I also have a state curriculum code, and my subject is science. My lesson aim is this, and this is what I'd like to emphasize, and go submit. And when you do that, give us 48 hours and we'll come back to you with a bunch of engaging, world-class content that will address that particular request you have. You can also do this, make a request, and request anything from the entire Foxtel spectrum that you need to get to be able to teach and communicate. So what I suggest is that make sure every teacher in your school has this page bookmarked, the Foxtel TV Guide. Okay? And as long as they're a teacher and they want anything from the entire spectrum to be able to communicate and teach a topic that's required by the Australian or national curriculum, they can request it. And everything that they request and that you get from us, with the exception of YouTube, that is put on the TV4Education page, is always free of all advertisements. So they can request anything from Foxtel, anything from free to air, and the beauty is you will get it free of all advertisements. And not only that, when it comes to making a request for free to air content, you can request content that has been aired up to 60 days ago that nobody else has requested. We'll have a copy of it. We'll take it. We'll put it on here in the TV4Education for everybody else, and also on your school's collection. That's up to 60 days after the broadcast. I hope you enjoyed this half-an-hour presentation of TV4Education new user training. Thank you for your time. If you need help, you can click on the menu, you can go down to support and have a look at all the facilities we offer you for support. But if you don't know where to start, why not just go to mailbox and go, I want to raise a support ticket, create a ticket and say, I'm new to this product. Can someone spend half an hour with me one-on-one and walk me through? I've got some very specific questions. Or can someone spend some time with me? I don't have any questions. I just don't know where to begin. And we'll work with you. Or what you can do is, why not go to www.youtube.com, and on the YouTube website, go in here and do a TV4Education search. And be amazed with all the documentation. Yeah, we know everybody else looks at it. That's not supposed to, but we put it there for you. And we want you to experience what thousands upon thousands of teachers are experiencing with TV4Education. The simplicity, the complexity, and the vastness of what is available as a resource to all teachers and all students. Thank you for letting me present TV4Education new user training.